Okay, I think we're live, guys. This is episode number 29 of the Chrome Corner. I'm going to wait a couple seconds here to get everyone in the chat room. Today is Wednesday, July 15th. And today we were talking about a whole bunch of stuff. First of all, big news is, of course, that the Guilty by Association Truck Show, the 2020 Guilty by Association Truck Show, is canceled. Big sad face about that. Hello, Devin. Welcome to the stream. We're going to talk about a lot today, but obviously the big news is GBATS. We'll also be talking about the CSA week. So all of you drivers out there, if you are currently driving, hope you're staying safe and hope you are staying out of trouble with the CSA. That's the Guilty by Association Truck Show 2020. Guilty by Stream is good. Let me pause that. Just want to make sure everyone is in here and that our streams are running. Okay. Facebook, hello, Robert. Hello, Rick. Hello, Aussie Kenworth Country. Good day, mate. I love it. Okay. All right. Facebook is live. YouTube is live. Some other stuff that we're doing today. We're doing another Chrome and Steel t-shirt giveaway. We're going to talk about some of the YouTube updates for Jack's Chrome Shop, including a new truck that we spoke about last week, but I have some more updates on that. And I have, let's see what else. Giveaway, the Freedom Sale is going on right now, and CSA. So it should be a pretty quick show. We're not going to go too into depth into anything in particular, but we will try to cover some of the big points this week. But before we get into the main part of the show, we needed to talk about our first sponsor, which is, of course, Davy Crockett TA Travel Center. And they are down at, it's exit 36 on I-81 in Greenville, Tennessee. Davy Crockett has been family-owned since 1976. It's a very long time. And they opened up a new 4-acre parking lot recently in the past couple months, which is a big deal. I know that parking is a really big problem. Maybe not right now while the virus is going around, but before all this madness hit, parking was a really, really big issue for drivers, especially with the ELD mandate coming in and trying to find parking spaces for your resets. So they have a 4-acre parking lot that they just opened up. They also have a Blue Plate diner there that does home-cooked Southern food. So go by and stop at Davy Crockett TA Travel Center at exit 36 on I-81. And they are in Greenville, Tennessee. I've never been to Greenville, but I love that part of the country, and I love the mountains. So go ahead and stop by their travel center there. And if you want to check out their fuel prices or any of the other accommodations that they have at Davy Crockett TA, go to their website, davycrocketttravelcenter.com. All right. GBATS is canceled. That's the big news. Okay. Guilty by Association Truck Show. The last one that you guys would have attended would have been 2018. I was there for that show. Great show. Fantastic show. Lots of trucks and lots of people. The 2020 Guilty by Association Truck Show was supposed to be the biggest ever because they're doing it every other year now. And I was very, 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 very excited to go to that because it was kind of the big show of the year that replaced MATS and GATS since both have been canceled. But Brian Martin, the owner of 4 States, great guy. He came out, I don't know if it was yesterday or Monday, and announced that GBATS was not going to be happening this year. There was a whole bunch of factors that played into that. Hello, Randy. Hello, Alan. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. Thanks, everyone in the YouTube chat for stopping by. We're going to talk about GBATS today. The reason that Brian Martin gave for the truck show being canceled there's a lot of factors. They had booked Rodney Atkins, from what I heard. I think he said Rodney Atkins, which is a really famous country artist, if you guys don't know. Has some really great music and has been around for decades now. But they were having him headline the show there in Joplin, and I think he had to cancel because of the coronavirus concerns, which is obviously a real concern. But that was the big entertainment for the week that they didn't get finished up, or they didn't get to pull through. So GBATS is obviously in September or later September, but they're making these plans now, and they're trying to get everything finalized, like their truck pulls and their truck burnout areas and the entertainment and all that kind of stuff. And I can totally understand looking from Brian Martin's point of view and thinking, he basically said, why are we going to do this big show that we only do every other year if it's not going to be, the big show that we wanted it to be? There was a bunch of differences that were going to happen with the truck pulls and the truck burnouts, which are two parts of the GBATS show that are very, very well known, and also anticipated for a lot of drivers. A lot of people want to go there just to see that, and a lot of the old iron. The convoy that I was in 2018 had over 500, almost 600 trucks, I believe. That's the Special Olympics convoy. And from what Brian said, he was basically saying that they were not going to be able to do it like they normally do there in Joplin. And it just seemed like, well, from what he was saying, and I can totally understand why, that GBATS just wouldn't have been GBATS. It wouldn't have been the big hurrah, the big truck show that it is every year or every other year now. And he wanted to do it right. So he rescheduled the show till 2021, September of 2021, probably for the best. Unfortunately, that I would love to have a whole bunch of truck shows this year. But the way it's starting to look is that it might be a very, very limited truck show year, to the point where I think there was an ATSC show up in Wisconsin. I think Rantoul is still happening in 2 weeks or so. And I think I don't know if I'll be able to make it. That one, I have a good friend. His daughter's birthday is that day, and I need to go to her birthday party. But it's just it's an odd year in general, and I'm really sad to see another one of the big truck shows go down the drain. So I know that the Iowa 80 Jamboree, they're still planning on doing. I think that might be this weekend, actually. They are planning on doing a what do they want to call it? A digital or a online truck show. And that's cool and all that kind of stuff. But personally, for me, even as a media person who does podcasts, who does YouTube, all that kind of stuff, I'd rather be there. I'd rather be there, and I'd rather see the trucks. I'd rather see them in person and kind of get a feel for what the truck is, and see the craftsmanship up close. You know, it's hard to tell how nice a truck is, or what the details and the small stuff on a truck is, until you get up close to it and you can actually, see it. The cameras just don't do it justice. And we do a lot of media here, obviously, so we know that. But if you guys ever get a chance to go to a truck show and see it in person rather than seeing it online, definitely go do that. So I flew over for the 2018 show. Your truck shows are crazy. Yes, they are. The 2018 show was awesome. And like I said, GBATS was amazing. And I'm really, really sad that we're not going to have a 2020 GBATS show. I was really, really looking forward to that, because we haven't had any other truck shows this year. But it looks like we're going to reschedule 2021. So if you guys have any questions about GBATS or any comments about that, put that in the chat. We're just talking about that in general. Let us know if you are still going to go to GBATS next year in 2021, or if this kind of ruins it for you. I know that they're going to have a live event on Facebook and probably some other platforms on that Friday, the 25th of September, just to kind of do something for everybody. But GBATS in general, is canceled or rescheduled till next year. And it makes sense, because Brian was talking about it also on the video that he put out, basically saying their shop is pretty much shut down. They can only let in so many people at a time, which is really unfortunate. And as many of you know who have been to GBATS before or other truck shows, there's 20,000 plus people that are going to be there. So trying to socially distance between all those people and keep the shop going, keep the events going, keep the entertainment going, the convoy, all this kind of stuff, it was probably just too much to juggle at one time. And especially with this coronavirus stuff added in, it just kind of killed it. So it's really, really sad to see GBATS go, and it's really sad to see GATS and MATS go. But this will probably, I'm going to guess this is going to make the 2021 season probably one of the best. I know for sure, obviously, MATS will be going on, assuming that there's not some other crazy pandemic or something like that gets released. But MATS will be the 50th, 2021 will be the 50th anniversary of MATS, or their 50th show. So that's got to be an absolute, it's going to be a party. So I think MATS will probably be the biggest truck show we'll see next year. Will probably be the biggest truck show we'll see for 10 or 15 years. So a lot of people didn't get to show this year, and I think there's a lot of probably product releases or maybe even truck releases, which we may talk about on another podcast, that may happen in 2021 MATS that we're looking forward to. But at this point, I've kind of chalked up the 2020 truck show season to a loss, and we'll talk about a little more of the projects that we have going on here for 2021 later in the show. But for right now, I think we're gonna take an L for 2020 and move on. So, yes. Well, we're definitely gonna watch the 25th live stream for the Four States guys. Just to help support them. It just sucks because they probably dumped a whole bunch of money and time into the show, as I'm sure a lot of people have for the GATS show and for the MATS show especially. And then it, turned up a big goose egg. So Definitely support 4 states in this time. I know it's probably tough for Brian and tough for all the people there that have to, like, they're so excited about getting their show and show going, and also having it be one of the biggest shows ever, with going every other year, and then have that all shut down by a virus that no one saw coming. So really unfortunate circumstances, really unfortunate year in general, but it looks like the 2020 truck show season is an L. So hello, Ronald. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. A retired truck driver. Thanks for your years of service on the roads, my friend. So that is GBATS. If you guys have questions, or if you guys want to put any comments or anything like that on the show, let us know. Put it in the chat. We'll be watching. And just super sad. Just super sad, honestly. That's the only feeling that I can have is I have been to 0 truck shows this year. And last year, I think I went to like 15 to 20 or so. So I'm having withdrawals. I'm having Chrome withdrawals. So anyway, let's move on to our next sponsor. And then after that, we'll talk about our new project truck. We did purchase a project truck that we spoke about last week on the show. And we'll talk about our new Kenworth K100 here in a minute. But first, let's talk about our next sponsor, and that is rightload.com. Okay, so for you drivers out there, some of you may use brokers, some of you may not. But RightLoad is well, I want to call it a broker, but it's not, is the service that you guys need. There is no broker fees on rightload.com. There's no surprises, and it is essentially a marketplace for drivers and for shippers to come together and to negotiate rates, or to provide competitive rates for both the driver and the shipper without having to have the brokers come in and ruin all the deal. You know what I mean? So a lot of brokers are out there trying to make, they essentially take a lot of the profit that the driver would make in their fees and whatever it is. Rightload.com, not like that whatsoever. It's $27. Doesn't matter what load it is, $27. So you keep everything else on top of that. The app is free. You can get it on your Android or your Apple device. They have a website, rightload.com. And once again, it's $27 for any load. And you guys are contacted. You're in direct contact with the shipper. So there's no kind of miscommunication. You don't have to wait for anybody. You don't have to deal with all the extra BS of having the brokers around and go through them to try to get communication. And this is an excellent system, and I love what RightLoad's doing. It's taking back our industry and the trucking industry from the brokers and putting it into the hands of the drivers. So if you guys are interested in something like that, that's going to be a powerful tool for you or to the rest of your drivers or your company to use in order to improve your profitability, go to rightload.com, check it out, just go see what it's all about, and make sure you let them know that Chrome and Steel Radio sent you. Once again, for those of you who are mobile friendly or cell phone friendly, they have apps for the Android and the Apple devices. They're free and they're awesome. So rightload.com. Thank you for sponsoring the show, and thanks for all you do for the industry and taking back what is rightfully the truck driver. So let's get on to the cool stuff, the important stuff, which is, of course, the project truck. We purchased the project truck last week, and it was delivered yesterday, I think, yesterday or Monday. But we purchased a 1984 Kenworth K100. It's a pretty, I wouldn't say rough truck, but it's got good bones. But it's essentially going to be a budget build for us. And it'll be a marketing tool and something that we can put on the YouTube to entertain you guys. But it's a 1984 Kenworth K100. It's got a 400 big cam Cummins in it and a 10-speed. It's a double bunk truck, and I'll put some pictures up here pretty soon. Twin Sticks on YouTube. Twin Stick Garage is a friend of ours, and he does some really, really awesome stuff with his W900A model and also his 359. We want to do something similar to that, but more of a build style. I know he's restoring his trucks. We're going to do probably more of a show truck build that won't get worked almost ever. But this truck is really, really cool, and we're going to paint it red and black like the colors of Jack's Chrome Shop. And we're going to put it all on YouTube, and we're very, very excited to bring that to you guys. We have not brought build content to you guys or any of our parts or anything like that. We've kind of stayed in the history and information sector when it comes to YouTube. So this is going to be a new experience for us to kind of show you guys what we do here, some of the parts that we deal with here, some of the services that we do, and some of the really cool stuff that we get to deal with on a daily basis. So that's kind of our specialty here at the Chrome Shop, is to deal with custom, one of a kind projects and builds that people they're working show trucks, or they're just straight show trucks. And we're going to show you a little bit of what we do here, how we're going to customize this cab over, and how it's really not that hard or expensive to make a truck that might be a more classic or a more regular truck and turn it into something really nice. So the K100 is here. I'll get some pictures up on social media here pretty soon. But it's a great bone stock truck that's going to be awesome for us to kind of chop apart and put a stretch kit in. I've got some exhaust stacks picked out and bumpers and all that kind of stuff, and we're in the process of kind of planning out what we want to do with it. But in the end, it's going to be really awesome, and I hope you guys like it. One of the big things that we'll be doing on YouTube is we need a name for the truck. We don't have one yet. We've thought about a whole bunch of names. Someone last week said it should be Project Pigpen. That would not be far off of what this truck looks like. It's not like there's no holes in it or anything like that, but it's a 1984 truck that's been sitting since probably the early 2000s. So it's not the most beautiful thing on the face of the planet, but we checked it out. It runs and drives. Got a little bit of rust on it that needs to be taken care of, but this is something that anyone can go out there and do. Go buy a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 truck that's a little bit older, used, and fix it up for maybe 15, 20 grand and use it as a show truck, a working show truck. But we're going to show you that entire process, what we do when it comes to what we're going to do when we stretch it. What we're going to do when we stretch it, what we're going to do with the interior. We're going to do a very cool custom interior. We have someone who does custom upholstery for us, and I'm going to do a button and tuck style red leather interior with some pretty cool sound system elements in it, some tweeters and some subs in the back of the cab over. So we're still working on the plans for it and what we're going to do with it. It's still just sitting there right now. We haven't actually touched it yet or started taking stuff off it. But we're going to get it into the shop here soon and start stripping it apart and get it down to the bare frame, bare stuff. So bare truck. So stay tuned for that. There'll be a whole series on it. We're very excited about it. I have not seen a cab over get rebuilt here in a while. At least on YouTube, I haven't seen any get rebuilt on YouTube or TV for that matter. So we'll see what happens. And I'm sure you guys are familiar with, since we were talking about 4-state trucks earlier, you're familiar with Trick My Truck, the TV show. We want to do something similar to that. But maybe less TV, more YouTube, more entertainment, and shorter in variety, or shorter in length, and more in variety when it comes to getting really in depth into, this is how we do deck plate. This is what we do when we design a piece of deck plate. This is the process. This is what we have to email to our manufacturers or to our people. This is what we get back. This is the links and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of like in-depth industry information that we don't see a lot out there that we can probably help you guys with, or help to reveal how that all works. So the giveaway for the $100 gift card, we did reach 25,000 subscribers on YouTube, and that was like 2 weeks ago. So what we're going to do, we need a name for the truck. So the winner of the $100 gift card will be whoever basically comes up with a name. We're going to make a introduction video for the cab over here, and we will ask for name suggestions for the cab over, and whoever wins the competition to name the cab over will get the $100 gift card. So $100 gift card will be for the Jack's Chrome Shop or Chrome and Steel Radio. You guys can spend it on merch, chrome, metal polish. I don't care what you spend it on, but whoever names the truck gets the gift card. So look out for that. The video for the introduction of the cab over is probably going to be, I would say, probably 2 weeks away. I need to get it into the shop and kind of torn apart, or at least figure out what I want to do with it, and then we can start making content around it. But anyway, that is what's going on with the new project truck. It is going to be black and red like our colors. I'm not going to reveal the paint job for the cab or anything like that, what we're going to do for that, until it's all done. That'll probably be the last video that we do as a final reveal. I'm trying to get maybe 9 or 10 videos out of this, if not more, so we can kind of increase the content. We have to pay for the cab over somehow, guys. So just keep that in mind. But we'll do 9 or 10 videos, a whole series on what we do with this truck. So if you have any questions about the truck, if you'd like to have any suggestions of what we should do with it, or any names or anything like that, put it in the chat. We appreciate all the support to get us to the point where we are now. To be able to buy a cab over, to be able to do this kind of project, and we want to give back to you guys and kind of show you what we do here, and build something that's really cool that you guys will like. So, all right, that is the new project truck, and I'll let you guys know when we come out with that video, so you can win $100 for free as a gift card. So let me look through the chat really quickly and see if I can find anything good. So 13 speed, yeah, ours is a 10 speed. 10-speed, I think it's a 10-speed Eaton. Yes, in the early 90s, my dad's first truck was a K100. Yes, good trucks, and it's good to hear that they're down in Australia. I know that you guys have a lot of cab overs down there, which was a topic of one of our videos recently. And so they're just really stout trucks, and it's rare to see cab overs in general. So I thought it would be interesting to do something that's not a long hood truck, and it's just different. So he has a deuce and a half. Ronald has a deuce and a half. It's a 1971. We know all about those because we did the video on them. Hello, Journeyman Randy. Hello, everybody in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Name for the truck should be Money Pit. I actually really like that name. Robert, you're gonna have to, when we make the video for the naming of the truck and the introduction of it, you're gonna have to suggest that name and see if you can get $100. So that's not a bad name. Project Money Pit. I like that. But yeah, how big is the stretch? We're doing, it's going to be at least 250. It might be up to 265. I've been looking at other trucks that are around 265, 250. So that's probably where we're going to end up. Depends. This truck's not going to work. It's really not going to work. We might carry some cars around on it, on a flatbed, to car shows and stuff like that. But it's going to go to truck shows, and it'll be parked in our shop and be an example of some of the stuff that we do and the parts that we do. So it's not going to be working too hard, and I'm really not too worried about it pulling that much weight. So all right. That's the project truck. Let's finish up with sponsor, and then we have a Q&A session and an update for the YouTube. And then we'll get out of here, and I'll let you have your Wednesday afternoons back. All right, so to help me pay for the cab over, guys, go check out my website at jackschromeshop.com. And our shop here is family owned and operated. Every member of my immediate family helps us here, and we're really proud to be family owned and operated. And it's something that's I guess we're very proud of. My family is a whole bunch of entrepreneurs here, and we've all owned businesses over our lifetime, and so I think the family owned and operated thing, especially in 2020, is kind of going away. A lot of the corporate stuff's coming around, so we like to keep it family owned and operated. And when you're dealing with Jack's Chrome Shop, you're dealing with a person. You're dealing with somebody who knows what's going on, knows the parts, and is good to go. So we have thousands of chrome parts in stock for Peterbilt, Kenworth, Freightliner, Mack, International, and Volvo trucks. And this month we are doing our July Freedom Sale. We have 10% off 7 and 8 inch stacks, 10% off all bumpers, 10% off SCI steering wheels, which you guys have probably seen all over the place, 10% off visors, 10% off dash kits, and our next sale that will double, those are all 10%, but we'll be doubling the sale here at the last week of July, which will be the 24th through the 27th. So last time we did we did 2 days, which was the 4th and the 5th. This sale will be the 24th through the 27th. So if you want to get 20% off 7 and 8 inch stacks, 20% off all bumpers, 20% off SCI steering wheels, 20% off visors, and 20% off dash kits, go to jackschromeshop.com on July 24th to the 27th and get those. So that is what's going on Jack's Chrome Shop. And let's see, they're all 10% off right now until that weekend. Okay. So last segment of the day, let's do our Jack's Chrome Shop YouTube update and Q&A. So if you guys have questions about the YouTube or any of the videos that we're putting up, please put them in the chat right now, and we'll take care of you guys, and we'll make sure that we answer them. So first, let's do our giveaway. I forgot our Chrome and Steel Radio t-shirt giveaway last week. I think, Cletus, you were the winner. And I needed to talk to our shipping people and make sure you get a t-shirt. But Cletus, remind me if I haven't gotten that to you by the end of the week to get you your t-shirt. This week's winner is Krusty Cornfield Cadillac. So Krusty Cornfield Cadillac, if you are in the YouTube or Facebook chat, please let us know. Send us a message, and we will ship you a free Chrome and Steel Radio t-shirt. I'm not wearing one today. I wish I was. If you guys would like to win a Chrome and Steel Radio t-shirt, it's totally free, and we'll ship it to you. Then please be active in the chat. There's a lot of people on YouTube right now that are tuned in. As long as you guys say something in the chat on Facebook or YouTube, you will be entered to win a Chrome and Steel Radio t-shirt. So good deal. All right. Chrome and Steel Radio YouTube update and Q&A. All right, so we're going to a little bit different of a schedule now here, coming up starting in, well, I guess next week. Normally our release schedule is Wednesday and Friday. which is obviously what we've done now for probably 6 to 9 months. We're going to change that up a little bit because we're doing the podcast now on Wednesday, and we're doing it reliably on Wednesday now. We will be releasing videos on Monday and Friday, and then the podcast will be on Wednesdays. So it's going to be a 3-day-a-week kind of release schedule, just so we can kind of cover our days more, and you guys have more content to watch over the week, not just on certain days. But next Monday, we will be releasing Trucks of War, Gulf War, and the Desert Storm conflicts. We'll be talking about all the trucks that were in there. I'm writing that script right now, and it's interesting. But that's what we're putting out on next Monday, and that'll be the first time we had a video on Monday in quite a while. So expect Monday, Wednesday, Friday content from now on. Monday will probably be some kind of off or maybe a shorter video. Podcast will be on Wednesdays at noon, like right now. And then on Friday, we'll do probably a bigger video. This Friday, we are releasing our second video in the Big Questions About Big Rigs series. And the topic of this week's session is Peterbilt versus Kenworth. What's the difference? So our last one was Where Did the Cabovers Go? Our first episode, and we were very happy with how that did. It's almost at 300,000 views now. But this second episode is going to be about Peterbilt and Kenworth. You know, which one is, you might say, better, which one's worse, what's the pros, what's the cons of each one. Obviously, Peterbilt and Kenworth did not, they were the same company starting in the 60s after PACCAR bought both of them. But before then, they had a very distinct and separate history, and then it kind of merged together there for a while, and it has been ever since. So we're just going to kind of go over in this Friday's video what's the difference, and why people prefer one over the other for some reasons or another. So we're very excited about that video, and I hope you guys like it just as much as our first video. We did not know that series was going to do that well, but we're going to continue to make Big Questions About Big Rig episodes. So if you guys have any suggestions for more big questions about big rigs that you would like answered, please let us know. Send us a message, put it in the chat. We read all of our comments. So we should be able to get you a video if we can. Some other of the big questions about big rig videos that we've thought about are like, why do the European states or why do the European countries use cabovers as compared to the United States of America? Obviously, there's a lot there with laws, and their streets are obviously much smaller, and a lot of things going on there. But we'd like to do a whole video about that. We want to do a whole video about Australian trucks and why they're so much different than American trucks, and the logic behind that. But the Big Questions About Big Rigs series has done really well, and we hope that you guys like that. So we talked about it earlier. The truck rebuild series is coming soon. I would say probably 2 weeks, and we'll have something up on that 2.5 weeks. And then the $100 gift card giveaway is coming. So once that truck rebuild series is out, we'll have something for that. Okay, so let's take some questions. If anybody has questions, I will answer them right now, and then we will get out of here. John Sappy says, hello from upstate New York. Hello, my friend. How are you? I hope you are staying out of trouble up there. All right. More 100 years of trucking. We did all of the 100 years of trucking. I think we did 120 years of trucking. We'll probably do another one that's probably going to be like an entire documentary of from the beginning to the end of trucking. That's on the docket, but that's a really, really big project. So, we'll definitely consider doing a larger piece on that at some point. Can you do some videos on trucks over here in Australia? Yes, we will absolutely do those. Those are on the docket. We've been trying to get through a lot of the American or U.S., I should say, U.S. trucks and the truck history with that. But we are going to be expanding here quickly into international trucks and then some more, I guess, specialized vehicles in some cases. So Kenworth wins hands down. I feel that too. I'm a big fan of Kenworths over Peterbilts, but they're both pretty cool. V8 engine sounds, yes. You want more V8 engine sounds? We will do our best. Our cab over is a 400 cam Cummins though, so we don't have a V8 unfortunately. If I could find one and put it in there, that'd be nice. Greetings from Germany. Absolutely, greetings to you as well from America. Is a tougher country. Australia's a tougher country. Probably, honestly, yeah. Thinking about the United States of America in this day and age, you're probably right. Okay, so that's all the questions I have for today. If you guys have anything else that you want to talk to us about, send it to us. I have so many comments on YouTube right now, I'm not sure where to start. Let me see if I can find another good one. Oh, you guys have BS laws over there in Australia. I'm not surprised. I know you guys have a lot of cool, interesting road train laws when it comes to how long your loads can be. I don't know if you have a limit over there, but must be interesting. And we haven't started the script for the Australia video, but we will definitely have one started here soon. Hello, I'm just fighting you guys. Drove a truck for a living and retired now. There's a lot of retired drivers in here. Thank you for your service. And thanks for coming by the channel. We are glad to have you part of the community, as part of the community. Ivesk trucks, I've never heard of that. Building the same truck for 50 years. Ivesk, I-V-E-S-K. Never heard of that. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to look that up. I've never heard of Ivesk. I'm in a road train right now. That's funny. Yeah, so Australia just has some really interesting laws when it comes to the length and the weight on certain vehicles. You see it a little bit in Michigan here, which is a state above us. Just multiple axle trucks and multiple trailer trucks. But that's an Australian thing almost exclusively when it comes to those big road trains. So I saw some post the other day that the longest road train ever was like 3,300 feet long, and it weighed like 2.1 million pounds. So you could never do that in the United States of America. The DOT would be so far up your, you know what, you wouldn't even be able to move. Anyway, when are you planning the build start, and when and will you have it at MATS 2021? I didn't think about bringing it to MATS. That's not a bad idea. We are gonna have the build started. I'm gonna have it in the shop and start tearing it apart probably here in the next 2 weeks. I need to order some stuff, and I need to find a rear frame. I'm going to essentially chop the rear. We'll go over this in the video, but a lot of the rear suspension on this K100 is rear suspension and bags and I mean diffs and all that kind of stuff. They're all just they're old. They're old. They're from 1984, and after looking at the truck a little bit more, I think it's probably best if we just cut the back half off it and find something else that has a better back half with, you know, working airbags and diffs and good wheels and tires, and just weld that on there and get a new drive shaft for it. So that's probably what we're going to end up doing. But I didn't think about bringing it to MATS next year. If I can get it done by late March, then I will definitely bring it to MATS. It's not that bad. So it's not that bad of a drive. MATS is only about 2.5 or 3 hours away from us, so we can probably do that. Okay. Man trucks, we have that on our list. 119 trailers is the world record road train. That is way more. That's like 118 more trailers than you could do in the U.S. here. Anyway, all right, guys, that's probably the last question we're going to take for today. You should start a Discord channel. I should, actually. We should start a Discord channel. Add that to my list of things we need to do this week. But that's it, guys. That's the show. Make sure you check out the sponsors for the Chrome Corner. Our sponsors are, of course, Davy Crockett TA Travel Center down there at Exit 36 on I-81. They are the nicest people you're going to find on the planet, and their facilities are beautiful and very, very clean. So go check them out, Exit 36 on I-81 if you're ever there in Greenville, Tennessee. If you guys are owner-operators or still driving it and would like to get out of the broker system, go check out rightload.com. They have a great service there, great platform. So very excited to have them on board, and very, very thankful that they're doing something for you guys out there that are drivers and trying to take back the industry. So thank you to RightLoad and rightload.com. And of course, Jack's Chrome Shop. We're doing a whole bunch of sales this month. Stacks, bumpers, steering wheels, visors, dash kits, all the good stuff. It's all 10% off right now. 2 weeks from now, on the 24th and 25th, 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th of July. All of those sales will be doubled, so you have 20% off stacks, bumpers, steering wheels, visors, and dash kits. So if you guys are outfitting your truck in any way, you are going to wait. You should wait until the 24th or the 27th of July, and you'll save stacks on stacks. That's it, guys. If you have any more questions that you couldn't get it during the show, send them to us on social media, on our Facebook or Instagram, and we will answer them next week. And make sure you are active in the chat so you can win a Chrome Steel Radio t-shirt next week. The person that won this week, wherever you are, Krusty Cornfield Cadillac, if you're hearing this, I need you to message me so I can get your shirt size and also your shipping information and send you a free t-shirt. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching the show, and we will talk to you next Wednesday at noon, and be ready for our Monday release coming next Monday. So we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.